show on this beautiful Friday, and I'm back with my old microphone and cable hanging down on me because the new microphone, which took a lot of money, it just isn't working as it should work. So I invested a lot of money. I invested a lot of money in this new microphone, but I have to modify something and then it will work fine. So at the moment you have to take the old microphone. I think the sound is good, and we will do the sound more better within the next days, no problem. So today in the morning we should start with an iPhone XR, which was mailed in because it got no function at all, it doesn't work and it doesn't do anything. So let's check what about this phone. Let's go to the on-hands camera and let's check if we can get that in a fast way, baby. Okay, so I have to check a speech message. 1 second. So, okay, I just have to forward something and then we can directly start. Okay, so let's disassemble by using the right screwdriver. And then okay, it was already opened, you see it here, and the screen was already changed and there is no clue on the screen. So people, I can't understand why you work like that. I just can't understand, really can't understand. Okay, so yesterday in the morning I was here and wanted to do a video for you, and I already separated the frame of an iPhone X bottom board, but then I realized after about 40 minutes, and I was already done completely, that I hadn't clicked on record, and I really was angry yesterday. And this was really hard because I spent so much love for this video. I will give you something like that within the next days, not a problem. But I'm only here for about 4 working days now. So today and then 4 days from Monday until Thursday, and then I will be at holiday for 1 week or 10 days. And you will see me then after I come back. Okay? So that's the reason why I try to give you some stuff right now. Okay, let's check what about that phone. Okay, no short. What about a boot? Okay. This looks crazy. 170 milliamps, 20 milliamps, 130 milliamps, 60 milliamps. It's just going up and down. Okay, iPhone XR. Let's take out the board. I'm pretty sure that there isn't much information about the XR at the moment at the internet. So within the last days we got a lot of them devices, and we already have some experience in repairing them. I just saw some faults and how they look like. Yeah, but now it's time to see. So you could now check all the boot line, the boot line circuit complete. You could check all the boot line voltages, and thinking about when we get which line to wake. But for me, I always work like having a look with my eyes. If I can see something on the board was already worked on the board before, and then after this step we can take a further look for other things. Okay, so this looks okay. So let's take this again, then take tweezers and start the device. I just have to see it's this XW where the pin for power on is on the connector. I don't know it out of my head. So iPhone XR, and we go straight to the microscope cam, and we should have button volume up, button volume down. Was it here? Remic? Yeah, okay. So we have the third one here, and let's check without any components connected if we got a boot then, and then we have a boot. Okay, so that's pretty nice. We have a boot without any component connected, and that's why I always tell people, or in the past, as I schooled them, as I trained them, always have a close look before you start with board repairs, that you checked if a component could be the reason for the problem. Okay, so there are too many people on this in this world who just don't care about that. 3. 1, 2, 3 here. I don't see it. I don't see it. My eyes are not good enough for seeing that without the microscope. If I would be Chinese, no problem, but I'm not. So pin 3. Oh, okay. I just hadn't activated the power supply, so perhaps I don't need a microscope for doing that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. And as you can see, we see an apple, and the device is booting normally. So it's just a component which is the reason for that. Okay, you see the touch is working, the phone is working fine, and now we are just using our head to see how to fix that problem. I will get this video online even if we have no solder work, just to show people that sometimes you really just have to use your brain for a short time, and it's not necessary to mail in devices like that for a fix. It comes from another shop, so that's really bad. If I have a shop, I don't mail out devices to other companies for a fix if I didn't check for the reasons of a fault. Okay, so you can save time for your customer, you can save money, because if you send it to some others, perhaps they take money for that now. Okay, so they say, okay, it's a logic board repair and it takes a lot of money. So that is not my intention. Okay, that is really not my intention. I don't want to take money for things where I don't have to repair something. Okay, but I want to tell to my customer in this case, please do a good diagnosis to see. Okay, I connected all the wires now again. Okay, all the wires except the front flex and the screen. So I connect power supply. Okay, activate, pushing the power button, and just checking if I get a boot. And I get no boot. Okay, there is no boot, there's just jumping numbers on the power supply. So I disconnect the power flex and I power on the phone by using my tweezers. No. Power flex is not the reason, so I can plug on again. Next wire, disconnect, check, check for a boot. Not the reason for our problem. Next one. Boom. You see, you have to work like this. Next one. Not the reason. But as I remember, I saw a problem like this before, and it was caused by the duck flex. So I disconnect the duck flex now. I only connect the battery. Hey, come on, little battery, okay. Give power. Push the button. See if we get a boot. And as we see, we get a boot. It's only the lightning flex, the duck flex in this case. So reconnect the screen. I have not connected the duck flex at the moment. And boom, we have an apple, the device is working. I don't have to solder anything in this case, okay? I just have to replace the lightning connector and the phone will work fine again. So that's in my eyes, it's pretty important to show people things like that too. Not only taking the hot air, taking the solder iron and doing repairs which look amazing. It's just using your brain before you take the solder iron and the hot air gun and doing anything, okay? Just use your head and solve the problem like this. I hope I could help you with that little thing which I see daily. Things like this come here daily, and all my workers here, all my workers which are working here at the shop, they all know about things like that. Yesterday we had a Samsung S9, okay, and not S9, Note 9, and it was mailed in because the camera doesn't work. So there comes a camera failure on the screen, a screen message for camera fail after they changed a screen. Okay, so my worker Andy just checked that, And then he said, okay, if I use WhatsApp and activate the camera is working fine. So it's not the main cam like they said, it's just the front cam. So we checked the connector around and we saw that one little capacitor was ripped off. And because of that missing capacitor, the front cam was plugging, was the reason for the message on the screen, and the main cam wasn't open if I opened the camera app, because the camera app said there is a camera fail. So in WhatsApp you could use the main cam. It's just like using your head if you go to repairs, and then repairs can be even better. The rest is all. So in my opinion, there are two important things if you do repairs. One is theory. Okay, I can learn even more in theory. I'm not the best theory. Okay, I'm really not the best in theory. There are people in this world who are much better than me. So I never said I'm the best theory man and I know all about and all circuits and all this in my head. No. But what is important, or there are three things. What is important too is that you think logical, okay? Think logical and do an analysis, and always think on the things which you did before, okay? If I do an iPhone 7 and it has a fail, I always have a look on the digits at the power supply, and I take all what I see within this repair and I take it in my head and use it for the next one, okay? That's really important. Analytic thinking, and just take that, live that, okay? The other thing is the experience. You need the experience. That's a pretty important thing. That's almost important like the theory is the experience, to know if I see digits on the power supply, okay, that's the problem. I don't have to do any measurements because I see on power supply, okay, it's jumping to that value and I directly know that's the error, okay? And what is pretty important too, so 4 points, what is pretty important too is your hand skill. And your hand skill is the thing which you can train every day, okay? I don't have the best hand skill in the world. I never said this, okay? But what I do, I try to do with my hand skill, and if I see that I can work on my hand skill and I want to learn things to do much better and faster, I just work on my hand skill. I train. And these are really important things. Think about that. I hope you liked the video anyway. Instead, I did no solder work, and yeah. By the way, I would appreciate if you would buy the ICC Pro, because we developed it here right in Germany in our small team, and it's always a pleasure or a honor for us if people buy the ICC Pro. And I would be very happy to see you at our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany, but please answer the questions, otherwise we can't accept you. I'm out, and we see us with the next one. Boom, here's Ben.